Throughout this whole video, I want to keep it spontaneous. When that, why is my phone vibrating? This is gonna take a while, so you guys should grab some snacks or something if you want to keep watching and listening to not exactly my rant, but you know what I just want to say. And I'm receiving another call. Be right back. Hi, I'm a college student, a freshman actually, taking up architecture. Now, I noticed that during my high school life from like grade 7 to 9, I've been, well, the most common students feel this way, where in the early stages of junior high or high school itself, you're very, what do you call this? You're just enjoying your high school life, and that's a good one. It's a good move, and you should really enjoy your high school life throughout it all, from the beginning to the end, so you won't have any more regrets. Then, by the time maybe you reach grade 10 or when you enter senior high school life, you're gonna start wondering what degree program you're gonna take, or what career do you want to walk onto. For me, I took up architecture, and I want to show you or tell you guys 8 subjective reasons why I'm gonna take up architecture, or why I'm taking up architecture right now, because actually my class just started probably around the second week of September. Now the reason why I want to share subjective reasons, because we've already seen many objective reasons, like for example, because architecture gives you a lot of money, or there's a lot of demand. Architectures are high in demand right now in some countries. In my country, yes, but that's all too common. And as an architecture student, I want to show you guys what other reasons are there besides those reasons that I just said. Alright, so I actually made kind of a list, but throughout this whole video, I want to keep it spontaneous. When that, why is my phone vibrating? Alright, where was I? Oh yeah, about spontaneous, talking. I feel like I just want to, what do you call this? Like, just express what I have in my gut. Then make a script, unlike my other previous videos, I make scripts. But this time, since this is a very subjective video and a little more personal, then I should pay no mind. Well, I hope you guys pay no mind. So anyways, I just want to make it spontaneous and free. Alright, the first reason why I chose architecture is because I'm curious. Okay. Whenever I get curious, or when I'm curious about something, I really dig deep into it. Since all of us basically travel anywhere, and everywhere you see, you just see buildings, houses, and that's why I got fascinated. I got curious on how these things were built, or what did the builders get, or how were they inspired, or what reference did they get, or what reference did it come from in order for them to create this kind of design, this kind of building. And because of that, I got curious to know more about the field of architecture. And it's not just that, I'm also curious if I'll also be able to pull off a unique design that would come from me, and not having to copy anyone else's. Now, well, don't get me wrong, we all copy every now and then, and it's not a bad thing. You just have to really train yourself and come up with a way, or come up with something that would represent you as you. It's all fine if you just start imitating something or somebody, but at the end of the day, you're just gonna keep wondering again, what do you want? Who are you? Who do you want to be? Or what do you want to be? Something like that. Alright, the second reason is linked to the first one. Since I'm curious to know about architecture, and most people know architecture as something where people draw and design buildings, etc. My second reason is I want to put my creativity to the test. Now, many people ask if you want to take if you want to take up architecture, then should you be really good at drawing? That's what most people ask. Well, I can't say that yet because I am still a freshman, but I did attend an orientation where they've also asked that question to upper batches or our mentors, and you don't really have to be good at drawing. Actually, me, I do not have any background for drawing. I barely even draw anything. I just draw what's needed to draw. Like, for example, when you have an activity at school and then you're tasked to draw this or draw that, and that's honestly all that I've been doing. I didn't really practice drawing or even lettering, but that is exactly why you're also gonna take up architecture, because they're gonna help you get better. They're gonna help you practice and train yourself to draw. And if you're really that passionate to become an architect, then you shouldn't really be shameful of your drawing skills or any other skills that you think that you might lack that would prevent you from succeeding to become what you want to be. Okay, I'm not gonna say this only for architecture. Okay, for also in any other career or any other degree program that you want, you really shouldn't be shameful, and you should be honest about your skills. I mean, it's fine every now and then if you like what do you call this, if you wanna like say negative jokes about it, but you have to see to it that you need to really put up an effort into something that you want to achieve, because you're not gonna get everything just because you say so. You have to work hard for it. Alright, the third reason is learning the opinions of others. Okay, so of course in architecture you draw, you do lettering, you practice, but then and you're at the field of designing. But then actually no, not but then okay. By the time that you finished a plate or you finished designing, of course it's other people have different perspectives and opinions, and that's fine. Not everybody will really agree to what design you have. Of course, there are gonna be flaws. Everybody's experienced that, alright? It's yes. So I want to learn various opinions, because of course I shouldn't really isolate myself and just focus on my own opinions. We're living in a society here, and I just want to be, what do you call this? I just want to be more open and learn perspectives of others. That way I could also use them in order for me to, to like grow or increase my capacities and stuff like that. What else? Yeah, I shouldn't really just stick to, just my own personal interests and perspectives, because for architecture, if you want to be an architect, you have to design not because out of your personal preference. You have to design for your clients, for your clients, for the people that you're gonna the people who's gonna use that building, not you. You're not gonna be the one who use the building. Or you can't really just use that as an excuse to like put your just design this or I design that. You see that? That's my idea. That's everything about me. I don't really think that should be the case, because you should really design for your clients, for the people who acknowledged your skills and wanted you to be the one to design or draw for them. Alright, the fourth reason, alright, this is basically all linked from my first reason to the fourth. Alright, my fourth reason is I wanted to handle criticisms better. In my previous life, I'm not a strong person. I'm very weak. Sometimes I get emotional and I just tend to hide it all the time. Now I've kind of wanted to come out of my comfort zone, and then I wanted to handle criticisms better, because of course whenever you do something, like for example, you finish the work that you're really proud of and that you're happy about, but at the same time you're really scared, like I'm really scared to know what other people think about my project or about my work. Even like first impressions from people. Okay, I know that people see me as a very serious people see me someone like very serious, really quiet, intimidating, and I don't know, stuff like that. But I honestly pay no mind, since that's what they think of me or what they see of me. Sometimes they're eventually gonna see your true colors, and they will accept you for for who you are. And yeah, I wanted to go to that to a professional level where I will really accept any criticism that I'll get, and then I'll use that. I'll learn from them, and then I'll use those criticisms or flaws, and then come up with another way to do something else or make something better. To what do you call this? To make up for that flaw, or what the other people think are too, like, it's a bad idea. But you shouldn't really take that into account. You really shouldn't take all of it into account. But who's renovating a house? Anyway, you really shouldn't take all the criticism too much, or else you might fall down deep, and then eventually you're not gonna have any more energy or even the will to even do something to make up for it. So stay strong, fighting. Okay, this fifth reason is a bit I don't know, a bit selfish. Strangely, I wanted to be recognized by a lot of people. Don't get me wrong, I get acknowledged and recognized by by few people, and I really appreciate it so much. It gives me a boost of confidence. But I don't know, it's just a strange feeling that you want to be recognized for your works and for who you are as a person, because I don't know, I have, okay, I honestly do have many friends, and then what am I saying? So yeah, I just wanted to gain a lot of recognition, because I wanted to I want to act like, not really act like, I want to be like a role model to other people. I want to inspire them and just motivate them, inspire them, give them hope, and I hope that I'll be able to deliver that. Probably even starting now. I'm already making this video for you guys to understand how serious I am in taking up architecture right now. And I'll probably I kept saying but yeah, maybe starting now, I want to give you guys some inspiration for you guys to think more about what career you want to take, and the likes. Alright, another reason why I want to take up architecture, is this the sixth reason? Yeah, it's the sixth reason. In architecture, it's not always the same. Everything is a mystery. In architecture, you design various things. They're all different. Like, you have the same skills. You have the same skills, the mindset, the knowledge that you have, but you're going to apply them differently. Like in Shokugeki, where in the fifth plate, where Asahi uses cross knives, where he uses the knife of a chef and then a knife of another chef, and they're gonna cross them into forming a different, unique, technique. And that's the same thing that applies for architecture. For example, you learned or know the architectural culture of two countries, for example, like Japan or the Philippines, and then you're gonna merge them, and then you're gonna create a different, a different design, or a different output, and that would probably make things pretty unique. Yeah, that's the fun part about architecture, that you don't really have a fixed, not exactly routine. You don't have a fixed task. There are different types of architecture. Okay, there's residential, there's landscape, there's corporate, many others. But at the end of the day, you are still an architect. You are a designer for the community, for other people, for the people to use those buildings that you yourself created. And everything is all different. Designing actually in general, it's not uniform. You really have to use your creativity, and you really have to like, come out of your comfort zone and design something that maybe you never really thought that you would be able to design, back in the past. And then you'll really be able to see, like, if you have a portfolio, oh yeah, by the way, you should if you're really proud of your works and stuff like that, you should really document and make a portfolio, because at the end of the day, you'll be really glad that you actually made a portfolio, and that you will be able to reminisce all the works that you've done so far. And not only that, you'll also be able to see your progress. Like, for example, your first task, it was so garbage, you're not really proud of it, but then in the long-term process, or sometime after, you'll be able to see the progress that you've made, and then it'll give you a boost of confidence and motivation, and that'll really drive you to keep moving forward. And my dog's barking. But yeah, it will really push you forward. It will give you a little more push, a little more effort, and that you will be able to explore more about stuff that you don't know, new stuff, anything else. Everything is not the same. And yeah, like I said, the other one, where it's a mystery. You don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know what people want, because people have different perspectives and opinions, and you don't exactly know what they want until you ask them, or you communicate with them of what design they want. The seventh reason why I wanted to take up architecture is I wanted to put my work into reality. It really gives me a happy feeling where your hard work was, like, displayed, or it was set for, a showcase. And I wanted to do something like that. I aspired to become a residential architect, actually, because I wanted to design houses for people. I don't know what class exactly. I don't know if it's in, like, middle class, high class, or in the lower class. But the idea of designing for people, and then you're gonna see them, like, use it. It just really gives me a happy, not really vibe. It just makes me so happy that they're using my works for their benefit, or for their needs. And it's a really good feeling that your hard work was acknowledged, and it just really makes you happy. Alright, last reason why I want to take up architecture. I'm pretty sure everyone, or most people, want this. Alright, I want to travel around the world. Okay, I can't just limit myself about the architecture here in the Philippines. We only live in one world for now, with this one whole world, you'll be able to see a whole lot more things that you didn't think existed. Like, if I were to travel, around Europe, well, this is their culture, this is their buildings, this is what represents them as Europe, or maybe in a specific country, probably like in the United Kingdom, in France, in Sweden, Norway, etc. And then you go to America, and you can definitely see that their works are very different. Like probably like in the seven continents. Like probably like like in America, in Europe, in Asia, all of their styles and all their designs are completely different and distinct, which makes them them. So yeah, since as I said about my first reason, I'm a very curious person and I want to travel around the world because I'm very curious to know, the structures that they've built, the designs that they have. And you can even like compare. There are buildings that were constructed like probably 20 years ago. There's also some like abandoned churches and other monuments that you can see that were built way back before, and then you'll be able to see the modernization or the evolution of architecture that we have today. And that's the most fascinating part, because people innovate. Okay, architects innovate. They innovate, they research, they come up with different designs, new designs that you thought it didn't really exist, but it's there. And that's a fun thing. Everything is a mystery and you don't know what's there. And I think that's probably the most important or the most fun thing when you're going on a journey. You don't know. Like you get lost, and then at some point, if you were so excited and curious about everything around the world, you just like wanna get lost, just wander everywhere and just see what the world has to offer, or what us has to offer. But of course, at the same time, we really have to, especially nowadays, we really have to conserve the earth. And I don't know, for now, I'm thinking that I should, I love the environment, alright? I'm sure, especially nowadays, people buy a lot of plants for their homes, etc. And they do a good job taking care of them. And that honestly makes me happy. But yeah, I really, I love the environment. And if I'm going to become an architect, as much as possible, I like to consider more about how I'm going to implement my construction or my design that would also benefit the environment. Because of course these designs, these constructions are man-made, but at the same time, I don't want to ruin Mother Earth. All right, I want to come up with ways where man-made structures and nature can blend in together. Like they can coordinate, they can cooperate, stuff like that. And I've already seen some designs and they were really beautiful for me, and I also want to incorporate something like that through my own work. Alright, that's about it actually. I don't know what else to say. Well, for now, everything was really spontaneous. I'm sorry if I get all jittery and then I just stop, because well, it's natural for everyone to work like that. Everyone's not perfect. But yeah, anyway, I hope you got to learn something from me, as a freshman of architecture school. And I hope that someday, this isn't, in general, it's not really just architecture. You can also apply to any other degree programs, like somewhere like in engineering or in medicine or in the computer sciences, other sciences. It's all up to you. You should not really should, but at some point you will end up thinking more thoroughly about what career you want, because if you're stuck and you really don't know what you want to be, then you might have a hard time, especially if you're close to entering college or graduate senior high school, it's gonna be a hard time for you to you know, to decide. So you really should think a lot more about this on what path you want to take. And I hope that you guys will enjoy taking on that career path. But if you don't, you know, like some others where their their parents forced them to take up this course, or because of someone's influence you just have to take that course because you don't have any more other reason to you don't have any more degree programs to take, then if that's the case, whether you like it or not, then I hope you'll get to survive, and I hope you'll get to find hopefully find the fun in that career. That way you'll get hooked up into it and you won't really have a hard time. But I still do respect those others who, like, you know, shift or change jobs or professionalisms or degree programs. Of course it's all up to them, and I really acknowledge them a lot, because if they really thought those things through, then kudos. All right, that's about it. If you're interested to know if you're interested to know more about the, you know, like the life of a college student, or you know what he does, go subscribe to my channel. I'm not gonna you know I'm not gonna mata na eh.